Meantime, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei is accusing the country's enemies of causing the largest protest against the Islamic regime in nearly a decade. According to Iranian state TV, 9 more people, including a child, died overnight. So far, the violence has claimed at least 21 lives. More than 400 have been arrested. Elizabeth Palmer has reported from Iran many times, and she is monitoring the protests from London. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this all started last Thursday with one isolated protest in a northern city called Mashhad, and it was about food prices and economic hardship. But such is the pent-up frustration in Iran that overnight these protests mushroomed and morphed. Until now, they've affected more than 50 cities.
In Tehran, crowds vandalized one of the main shopping avenues. And in city after city, people have come out to protest, jeer, and throw stones at the security forces. Police have chased demonstrators away with water cannons in some areas. And there have been isolated reports of shooting, impossible to verify, by both the security forces and the demonstrators. The protesters, especially the young and the working poor, are angry about everything from corruption and unemployment to lack of freedom and religious rule. They've even been vandalizing pictures of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, which is the ultimate act of defiance in Iran. President Hassan Rouhani, who's a moderate, went on TV on New Year's Eve, and his response was surprisingly mild. He said people had a right to protest as long as there was no violence. But other hardline voices are now calling for a crackdown. The authorities are desperate to get this unrest under control, but a brutal response, like the one we saw in 2009, where security forces shot people in the streets, could add fuel to the fire and turn this into a bloodbath.
Now, I've been speaking to contacts of ours in Iran this morning. They say that in the capital, things are quiet but very tense. Thousands of police on the streets, both uniformed and undercover. Normally, over the past few days, the demonstrations have been getting going around 5 o'clock, so it's too early to tell whether this is going to spread even further or start to fizzle out. But, of course, the whole world is watching. Alex?
Indeed it is. Elizabeth, thanks.